Welcome to the Palmyra-Eagle Area School District. I call the Palmyra-Eagle Area School District annual meeting to order at 6 p.m. This meeting of the PEASD Board of Education is held in public for the purpose of conducting the school district's business, as indicated in the agenda. Notice of this meeting and the corresponding public budget hearing was provided in accordance with state statute 65.93 and 120.081. Will the district clerk please conduct the roll call of the board members?
Amy Wild.
Here.
Tara Leroy.
Here.
Zach Rakowski.
Here.
Jean Reith.
Here.
Michael Eddy.
Here.
And Brad Patrick.
Here.
Please join me in the reciting of the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Before we proceed, please note that voting eligibility tonight requires you to be a U.S. citizen age 18 or older and a resident of the school district for at least 28 consecutive days. We will now elect a temporary chairperson for this annual meeting who will preside over the proceedings. I open the floor for nominations.
I'll nominate Jean Reith for the temporary chairperson.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye. All those opposed? It passed that I will maintain and be temporary chair. Next, we will appoint a recording secretary for this meeting. I ask for a motion to appoint a recording secretary for this meeting.
Motion to appoint Sean Olson as the recording secretary.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? The motion passes. The school district clerk is required for this meeting to record the proceedings. In the absence of the district clerk, the meeting must elect a person to act as clerk. I open the floor for nominations for board clerk of the meeting. Can I have a motion?
I'll nominate Michael Eddy for board clerk. Second.
All those in favor? All those opposed? Michael Eddy is the meeting clerk. The minutes from the 2024 annual meeting have been provided in your booklet. I have to make an announcement on that. It was recently identified that the official meetings minutes for the 2024 annual meeting held on October 23rd, 2024 are not available in accurate or complete form within district records. As the minutes serve as the legal and historical record of board actions and community proceedings, it is essential that the district correct this omission promptly and transparently. First, there is a reconstruction process. The board administrative assistant compiled a reconstructed draft of the 2024 annual meeting minutes. This draft is based on available documentation such as the meeting agenda, notes, and all other relevant materials, including board video, which was on YouTube. Unfortunately, the video did not have audio. Secondly, the board reviewed and corrected the reconstructed minutes will be presented at an upcoming public board meeting for review, correction, amendment for board members. Third, formal approval and record update. Once verified, the board will take formal action to approve the reconstructed minutes. The final approved document will be clearly labeled as reconstructed record and filed in the district's permanent records, noting the reason for reconstruction. Moving forward, the district will implement strengthened documentation procedures for future annual meetings, including digital backup and multi-level review prior to record approval. Could I please have a motion? And there is a recommended motion. To read.
I move that the Board of Education authorize the reconstruction of the official minutes for the 2024 annual meeting, which was held on October 23rd, 2024, as presented and approve the corrected version as the official record of that meeting with notation of its reconstructed status.
Can I have a second? All those in favor, say aye. All those opposed? The motion carries. Next, we will hear from, who's first? You and Ryan? A report from the board president. All right. Thank you all for coming. Good evening. As board president, it is my pleasure to report on the state of the Palmyra-Eagle Area School District, an organization deeply committed to serving our beautiful communities in the heart of the Kettle Moraine. As I reflected on the past year, I must first acknowledge that it was Doris Parsons that gave our report last year, a selfless, dedicated board member. Doris has served this district in multiple terms, stepping in when the district needed direction. Her first stint was when this district needed support to find its path forward at the turn of the millennial in 2000. Doris and the board she served on drove to successfully lead these two communities forward by remodeling our middle school, high school, and both elementary schools. Why? Because the board had a simple driving belief. Communities thrive when their local public schools thrive. Doris and our previous board members believe in public education. Education is best delivered through small local communities that invest in the next generation. Doris was elected again when this small rural school needed a change in direction. Our communities need our schools, and our kids need our community support. So we changed to meet those needs. It wasn't easy, but parents want choices, and the educational community must change and adapt to stay relevant. Thankfully, this community strongly supports our efforts. It has continued to support our schools and our kids and our board's direction. Our families, children, and community deserve the best, and with a growth mindset and a continuous improvement model, we will move forward. We will change and we will adapt. Administration has changed. We started with the help of Dr. Todd Gray. Dr. Gray is a well-regarded administrator known for his financial expertise, whose advice is valued across the state. His support helped us attract top talent and bring innovative solutions. Dr. Ryan Crone joined our district in 2023. Dr. Crone brings continuous improvement principles into the management of this district. Dr. Crone doesn't just preach these principles, he brings them to life by continuously asking, what's working, what needs work, and what's our next work? It helps us celebrate progress and stay realistic about our challenges. He also demonstrates hard work and dedication. Dr. Crone is in the halls at our sporting events, hosting FFA alumni meetings, and even chaperoning field trips when needed. If it's happening, Dr. Crone is there. Dr. Crone held 6 public events in early spring when the district detected the changing financial situation in our state. We saw our budget needed to be tightened and efficiencies had to be found. Our goal is to continually right-size and not change the student experience. We accomplish this goal by aligning our staffing needs to our student needs. We made changes for this upcoming school year. We cut out over $700,000 by maximizing efficiencies without cutting valued programs or sacrificing student opportunities. That's a significant accomplishment. And to continue to support our student experience, we have continued to strengthen our administration. Dr. Liz Kazar joined in the fall of 2024 to lead Eagle Elementary forward. Liz is a strong, goal-oriented, positive, proven leader. Her determination is showing as test scores in her building begin to climb. This year, we started the school year with welcoming Josh Kerr. Josh walked in the homecoming parade with a broad, beaming smile. He's in our hallways. He's supporting our teachers. You can see his determination. Josh, our staff, and our kids are on a growth path. We have also moved to bring top quality experience to our district at a reasonable cost by utilizing CESA 2. CESA 2 is a cooperative educational service agency that serves our geographic region and many surrounding school districts. We have chosen to utilize their business office expertise by working with Jamie Murrath. Jamie is a school finance expert, assuring we are using best practices in our business office. In addition, we are working with Ann Burkhalter from CESA 2. Ann is serving as our Special Education Pupil Service Director. Both Jamie and Ann bring us extensive experience and tailored solutions to our critical needs. We also welcomed Sean Olson as Board Secretary. Sean and Shelley Thomas work hard to support our board efforts. Shelley Thomas, behind the scenes, offers strong support in the district as our human resource and payroll expert. Shelley has been a very strong constant in our district office, and we truly appreciate her efforts. Sean brings a great attitude and a can-do spirit. She has been a great addition supporting our board and the entire district. Thank you, Sean. Most recently, Christiana Williams resigned from the board. Christiana has dedicated countless hours to our district. She has pledged to continue to support the little district she loves. We thank you, Christiana, for your service. We will keep applying continuous improvement as we move forward. We will work to retain our high-quality staff and programs and ensure every dollar directly maximizes the educational impact of our students. Our students excel in our small community schools. We offer parents and the surrounding communities a variety of educational programs, starting with our youngest children. Our Early Childhood Center welcomes infants as young as 6 months. This allows parents to utilize our beautiful schools and keep our children close to home. We offer 2 distinct elementary education paths: Eagle Elementary and our charter school, Palmyra-Eagle Montessori. This allows parents to choose different learning environments that suit their children's individual learning styles. Our middle school and high school offer students the chance to explore curriculum that will lead them to the path of their choosing. They can choose a path to a college or university, or begin their technical training and begin their trade careers through our university partnerships, early college credits, and the youth apprentice programs. Our students have received high marks in math and reading across all levels. Our beautiful facilities enhance our students' academic experiences. Our industrial arts program, band program, athletic programs, and extracurricular activities are second to none. Our industrial arts program is directly connected to our local businesses and serves our students and our community well. Our graduating seniors earn scholarship amounts that rival or exceed that of other area schools. In the past several years, our seniors earned well over $1 million in scholarships. Our athletes compete at local, state, and national levels, often outperforming much larger districts. Recently, we had a high school student compete internationally at the World Powerlifting event in Costa Rica. Our students learn at an early age, if you dream it, you can do it. We are small, but we are mighty, and our small-town upbringing brings an edge. Be the leader to build it. Unfortunately, our greatest challenge comes from external circumstances. First, the demographic reality of lower birth rates across the nation. Second, Wisconsin's governing bodies are cutting school funding at the state level and are forcing districts to obtain local funding. Third, inflation and the continued rising cost of healthcare and our building facilities. We cannot operate in a bubble. We are affected directly by these issues. We must adapt to our changing environments as we teach our students. Nothing is more constant than change. We will continue to partner with our community to increase the utilization of our facilities so all ages can enjoy and learn locally. whether it be the weight room for fitness classes or band rooms for our community band. We want to share these facilities and make sure the community sees the value of supporting our district. We will reach out. We have a vision, and we will move forward. We have a responsibility to our community as elected board members to serve this district. Our communities are poised to grow. There are planned developments that will draw many new families to this district. We will be here to welcome new families and continuing to serve our communities well into the future. As I stated earlier, communities thrive when their local public schools thrive. We remain committed to serving our communities by rising to our challenges and finding the solutions that will enable our communities and schools to thrive and flourish. Thank you all very much. Ryan, you're up next.
Thank you, Jean. Good evening, everybody. It's an honor to be here tonight. As Jean just shared, asking 3 questions about what's working and what needs work and what's our next work is grounded in our goal to strive for excellence. It's an honor to be here tonight to talk about what's working for students, and that's a direct result when you see achievement go up of teachers, assistants, aides, parents, and everybody as a community working together to support the day-to-day experiences that these students have. And what we're seeing from the results that's happening inside of our classroom is starting to play out in the confidence in students, in their dispositions, and their achievement. Over the last year, we've talked about balancing the budget and building the future coming into this next year. It is tedious work. It requires a steady commitment to not only fiscal transparency and accountability, but also balancing that out of what it means to build the future with strong programs and great experiences. And it's a balancing act that districts do each and every year, including this year. While we take pride in efforts that have found some efficiencies, we also take pride in the efforts that have created greater effectiveness for students on their daily experiences. Our adoption of math frameworks, literacy frameworks, AVID frameworks, and other programs outside of the classroom have led to greater engagement in the classroom and greater results. It's our goal to deliver strong educators, strong programs, and strong results to the community. It's what we want the conversations to be happening at every night of how was your day, where students come home excited, feeling more confident, and showing the results that they've gotten. The success in these areas and these investments are starting to show, again, with increased engagement. I'm excited with the trajectory that we're on for not only the state report cards, but our local assessments continue to show growth across our classrooms and are being celebrated. In addition to our successes, we've continued to put our arms around safe and empowering schools. And we talk about safety, it's the traditional things that we see about evacuating schools, keeping students safe online, in schools, and with bullying. But the empowering side is about students being able to advocate and speak up for themselves, be able to take the initiative and ownership of their work and their behaviors. Our commitment is ongoing with monthly challenges across our classrooms where we build these skills and see that as a community we grow stronger together. In addition, looking ahead, I talk often about being very optimistic but realistic and balancing that approach to celebrate what's in front of us, but realistic about the work that's ahead. State funding, local programming, and local dynamics continue to have every school district find solutions that they value and what they want for students. So as we continue to balance and right-size our experiences to balance the budget, we're also trying to be aggressive in building the experience and building the future for students. Whether that's through programs, facilities, and capital needs, our commitment continues to be around building our efforts around students, around our teachers and staff, and about those that make the day thrive. Our shared mission this year was one team, one mission, every student, every day. It's about a level of intentionality that we want to bring to each student, to each class period, and to each day, and recognizing the team that we are as the Palmyra-Eagle Area School District. I'm proud to be a part of this team and even prouder to tell stories of what our teachers and our staff have created each and every day for our students who are telling the story of their future. Thank you for being here tonight. That's my report.
We will now begin the public budget hearing for the 2025-2026 proposed budget. Copies of the proposed budget summary are available for public inspection. The purpose of this hearing is to receive community input and comments. Electors at this hearing do not have the power to amend or approve the proposed budget. Only the school board may adopt the final budget. The agenda allows for motion to dispense with the reading of the budget as it is printed in the booklet. Is there a motion to dispense with the full reading of the 2025-2026 proposed budget?
I'll make a motion to dispense with reading of the budget as it's printed in the booklet.
A second? All those in favor? All those opposed? The ayes have it. We will now have the presentation of the proposed budget by the District Administration Business Manager. Jamie?
So I'm going to go ahead in your packet and go through kind of some of the variances that have occurred within the 2024-25 budget and the 25-26 budget. So if we look at the top, we start with our general operating fund. And one of the larger items to point out is in the top half is our revenues. And you'll notice that where it says local source 200s, there is an increase in that area, which the 200s comprises of local taxes, your interest, your school fees, things like that. And as we've heard in the previous reports from the board president and Dr. Crone, is that the state funding formula, as we like to say, is maybe a little bit broken. But what happens is every district has a revenue limit authority, and you are given X amount of dollars in aid, and our aid decreased for this year, which then the difference is made up in a tax levy. So for this 25-26 year, the tax dollar is increasing, but if you look down a few lines into state sources, source 600, you'll notice there's a significant decrease from last year to this year, and those two almost offset each other. It's like a difference of $20,000. So you can see that the tax levy is going up inversely. This equalization aid that Palmyra receives is going down. Those are the two significant changes, I'd say, from year to year in the revenue side that we are anticipating and seeing for Palmyra. When you look at the overall revenues, we are anticipating $12,481,356 in revenue, where compared to last year, we were at $12.5 million. So we're really projecting very similar in revenues from last year to this next year. When we move down to expenditures, we've got the three different function lines, which is instruction, support services, and then non-program transactions. You'll notice that in instruction and support services, there is a significant decrease, which we reduced staffing, and we've also reduced some of our capital facility budget, which would fall into facilities. However, on the adverse side, we see in the non-program transactions, there's a pretty significant increase in that function, $400,000, which is for the open enrollment out. So we know that the state increased the per member open enrollment tuition amount by about $1,100, and so that is what's accounting for that increase there. We're projecting that our total expenditure budget for 25-26 is going to be $12,980,021, which is about $800,000 less than we had spent in the previous year. And so we know that the majority of that was made up by our right-sized staffing. When we move down to the Special Projects Fund, Fund 21 and 27, these are really at a high level, revenue and expenditures, and those numbers, that $1,370,785 is really just our Fund 27. We don't budget for donations. We didn't budget for Fund 21. That is just the amount that we are anticipating that the special education program will cost the Palmyra-Eagle School District. We have our debt service in Fund 38. The payment is in alignment with our debt service schedule. This payment is expected to continue on until 2029 at about that $1.4 million per year cost. That doesn't change too much from year to year. Then we have our food service fund, Fund 50. We are really working on trying to reduce our costs in this program, as well as to get more federal aid in this program, meaning we can get more reimbursement if the meals are reimbursable meals and kids are taking reimbursable meals. So we're working really hard with our food service director to reduce costs and also get more reimbursement in this program, hoping to make this a sustainable program that the operational budget does not have to transfer money into this program. Right now, we are budgeted to have to transfer money into this program from our operations, and we're hoping to reduce that every year so that it can be a self-sustaining food service program. And then we have our Fund 80 Community Service Program, and this program does show a little bit of an increase as we are planning to increase participation and supports for the community in this program. So we are projecting a slight increase in that fund. When we look at the overall bottom, there's gross total expenditures, and it shows you overall, we have decreased the expenditures of the district, just shy of actually $1 million. Big piece of that is going to be, again, that right size staffing that we talked about. The other piece of this is going to be that we're hoping to not have to have such a significant transfer for our Fund 27, which goes into this, due to right size staffing, along with an increase in special education categorical aid. And then at the bottom, we've got what the proposed levy is in each of our funds. In the general Fund 10, the proposed tax levy is $7,500,113. In our referendum, non-referendum Fund 38, it's $1,460,163. And then Fund 80, proposing $250,000. So bringing our total tax levy to $9,210,276. Sorry about that. In your packet, I do have a document in there that shows you what the proposed mill rate will be for next year, which it does go down from the previous year. And that is primarily due to the district's assessed value. When that goes up, right, the calculation would just be when you have a higher assessed value, you take that assessed value divided by your total levy, and that gives you your mill rate. And therefore, we are projecting the mill rate to go down to $6.05 per thousand, versus the year before, it was $6.13. So just a slight decrease on the mill rate. Any questions on the proposed 25-26 budget?
Whenever you hear that a mill rate goes down, that should be a positive to the community, so that's nice to hear. Any other comments? Questions? Thank you. Hearing no further comments, the public budget hearing for the 2025-2026 school year is now closed. We will now proceed with the annual meeting resolutions. Gotta get my meeting. Lots of papers. All right. We now move to the resolution section of the annual meeting where electors are asked to vote on matters specifically reserved to them under state law, including setting the tax levy. Resolution A regards the tax levy for the operation and maintenance of the schools. Is there a motion to adapt the following resolution?
Madam Chairwoman, I move that there be levied a school tax for operation and maintenance of the schools in the amount of $9,210,200 to be levied upon the taxable property of the school district for the 2025-2026 school year.
Motion and second, all in favor? Aye. All opposed? The motion passed. Resolution B addresses the annual compensation for the members of the school board for the 25-26 school year. The annual meeting has the power to set the annual salaries authorized per meeting payments. I open the floor for a motion to set the salaries for the board members for the 25-26 school year.
I will do that. My motion will be to have the salaries remain the same. So I would move, be it resolved by the electors of the Palmyra-Eagle Area School District that the following annual salaries be adopted for the members of the Board of Education. $1,000 each, plus an additional $100 for each officer. Be it further resolved that the board members be paid the actual and necessary expenses of a board member when traveling in the performance of duties and the reimbursement of a school board member for actual loss of earnings when duties require the school board member to be absent from regular employment in accordance with provisions of section 120.10.4. Board of Education members may not be reimbursed or paid when absent from regular employment because of school board duties.
Is there a second? Second. Thank you. All those in favor say aye. All opposed? The ayes passed it. All right, thank you. Okay.
Sorry, just 1 minute. Can I have your name? Sherry, C-H-E-R-I, through S-C-E-R-I.
Okay. Do you have it, Sean? Okay. Resolution C addresses the date and time for the 2026 annual meeting. State statute defaults this meeting to the fourth Monday in July unless the electors authorize a change. I open the floor for a motion regarding the date and time for the 2026 annual meeting.
I would motion for the school board to schedule the 26th annual meeting at the August 2026 regular board meeting.
Second?
Second.
Amy Wild, second. The motion, okay, everybody, all in favor or any more discussion? We'll just, all in favor, say aye. Aye. All those opposed? The ayes passed it. Okay. The floor is now open for any other new or unfinished business that falls within the powers of the annual meeting. This may include motions regarding purchasing student accident insurance, directing an audit, or providing additional transportation. Hearing no further business that falls under the powers of the annual meeting, we move to adjournment. Is there a motion to adjourn the Palmyra-Eagle Area School District annual meeting?
Motion to adjourn.
All those in favor of adjournment, please say aye. The meeting is adjourned. Thank you all for attending. Now we will maybe just take a quick break, and then we will start with our next special board meeting.